we're going to look at a sample of how to do formulas and how to copy them. And we're going to use things like the extend handle and the sum formula function that's already in Excel. I already downloaded this. I'm going to open it. And we have my college bookstore and how COVID has impacted sales. Now, again, whenever you're using something that is homework, you probably don't have any relationship with the data. So part of what you have to do is figure out, what am I trying to do? So in this spreadsheet, we're trying to total up via phone, how many new orders, how many returns, how many exchanges, via the website, same thing. People walking in person, same thing. So I want to add this up for the year. So Q1, you see that all the time in Excel. It means quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So these are often seasons of the year. So this might be winter, spring, summer, fall. I don't know. Depends. Doesn't say, doesn't matter. So I want to add this stuff up. Easy peasy way to do that is with the magic math button that I talked about in the very long, exhausting intro to Excel video that you can use. Hopefully you used your pause button a lot. Okay, so I want to add stuff up. I click the sum button and it says to me, do you want to add up this blue stuff? And I'm looking here. I'm not looking at that because that makes me have to poke my screen and poke these cells and try to figure out what I am. It says, do you want to add up this stuff? And I hit enter to say yes. So I say yes. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to use the extend handle, and I'm going to drag it down. Copy, copy, copy. And then I double click one to spot check it. Just to double check that I wasn't grabbing the wrong thing. Adding up this blue stuff. Yep, that's what I want. I want these 4 things added up, right? Now I'm going to highlight this, Control C, click, Control V, click, Control V to paste. And there we go. And I'm going to double check one of these. I'm going to just spot check. Yep, cool. Because whenever I do something magic in Excel, I like to just do a reality check, make sure I didn't get distracted and do something wrong. Okay, so that is using the summation. And I'm going to go back after I finish this once and explain to you why I did it the way I did it, because there are some problems you can create for yourself if you do it other ways. Okay, now I want total new. So hey, let's try that same trick again. Boop. Oh, whoops. Okay, so it prefers to add up if it can instead of across, but also it's just adding up these things. So white space matters. It goes and it goes up and it says, hey, here's these 3 things. Then I have a piece of text and some white space, so it stops. And that's not what I want. So I'm going to hit escape. Okay, that is really, really not what I want. Okay, so total new to me, and if you can say this like a sentence, you can do it. So let me just start my mouse over there so I can start at the beginning. So I click total new for Q1 is that cell. Click it. So this cell equals, equal sign on the keyboard. This one, I click it, plus sign on the keyboard. This one, plus sign on the keyboard. That one. And I'm done, so I hit enter. We'll do that one more time. Oops. Delete that. Okay. So I would say total new for Q1 equals this plus that plus the other one, enter, and I'm done with that. Okay, then I'm going to grab this thing and I'm going to mush it around. Drag it out here. I don't know if I want totals or not. Easy enough to do them, undo them. Then I'm going to go down. Now I'm going to spot check because I just did some magic. Double click, Blue, red, purple. Yeah, returns, returns, returns. Cool. That looks good. And then I can debate whether I want those totals of totals or not, whatever. If this was a real spreadsheet and I was doing this as part of my job, I would absolutely know if I wanted these or not, because I would know why I was doing this. As an academic exercise, I don't have any idea. I don't want anything. I want to be done. So as an academic exercise, that's why these things are a little bit harder in school. Now I'm going to Control Z back to the beginning of time. Boop. Okay. So here I could do this the hard way if I wanted. I could say equal this plus this plus this plus this. I could totally do that. And then I could copy this around. I could extend down and then Control Z, Control V, Control V. I could absolutely do that. And that would be okay. More work, a little bit more work, but this would be perfectly acceptable. There's nothing wrong with that. However, I could do this, and then I could say, oh, you know, that thing with the extend handle kind of freaks me out. I don't really understand how it works, and I have a hard time getting a hold of it with my mouse. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep doing this one thing that I know how to do, because the only tool that I have is a hammer. So I'm going to hit everything like it's a nail. So I'm just going to do this one thing I know how to do. So I'm going to say sum. Hey, that was okay. That's fine. And then I'm going to just hit it again. And I'm going to go, oh, that was kind of weird. Did something weird happen? No, I guess not. I guess it's okay. Whoa, hang on. Why is that happening? That's not quite, wait. Oh no, it happened up here too. Okay. When you invoke one of these functions, it is more common for people to want to add stacks of numbers than it is for people to add up rows. It's more likely. So the instant there are at least two things above this location, Excel will try to go vertical instead of horizontal. So if I'm not paying attention, if I'm just clicking really quickly and putting all these in, I will get this error every time it has the opportunity to do this. So do not do that. Keep hitting my backspace button instead of delete. Okie dokie. Because laptop keyboards. All right, so best way to do this, have it do my function, and then I come back, extend down. It's already highlighted. Control C, click, Control V, click, Control V. And then when I come down here and I'm making my own formula, I say this equals that one plus this one plus this guy. Great. And be careful, because a lot of times I get into a rhythm. Click plus, click plus, click plus, enter, and it says, you're an idiot. What's your problem, dude? And I'm like, yes, sure. Yes, please help me. Oh my gosh, please help me. Okay. Most of the time it's please stop helping me, but in this case, yeah. Okay, so don't get an extra plus at the end. It doesn't work. Fortunately, this version of Excel, in the past, it would just chase its tail. But in this version, the correction actually works. Okay, then I come down here, and these guys are too wide, which is going to cause me a problem right now. Okay, so I can only go one direction with the extend. I went down first and then over. Cool. Or I could go over and I let go with my mouse, and then I come down. Either way, spot check, everything's cool, spot check, everything's cool. Okay. And then this I don't exactly like, so maybe I'll come up here and do a size to fit. Boop. Oh my gosh, that is insanely wide. Why is it doing that? Scroll. Oh, I have a big long thing here. Okay, so size to fit is not going to work for me right now, so fortunately I can manually size that. But did it mess up my title? Nope, because there is nothing in these cells next to my title. So this is how to simple use of a function and using the extend or fill handle to copy it. And this is doing a relative copy. It's putting the same formula, but one line down. And when we say same, we don't mean if it was actually the same, that would be an absolute, and we'd have 1777 in every one of these cells. And that is not what we mean, so that's not what Excel does by default. I want to do the same thing here, and I don't mean, when I say I want to do the same thing here, understand that that doesn't mean what I'm saying. It doesn't actually mean the words that I'm saying. There is a difference. Here is where computer problems happen. When I say I want to do the same thing here, I mean add 10, 25, 90, and 40, get 165. But in a vacuum, if you said do exactly the same thing here, well, okay, that would be add up 15, same as here. Here I added up 15, 867, 695, 200. So I would do precisely the same thing here, and I would get 1777. Obviously not what I want. So when I say do the same thing here, I'm not saying it, but what I mean is do the same thing here relative to this new location. So this is a relative reference. It is related to this new line that I'm on, line 7, instead of the thing that I did up there on line 4. If I did an absolute, I'd get the same exact number in all these places, and it would be crazy wrong. Okay, so we have some stuff we typed in, we have some functions we used, we did the extend handle, and then we have a formula, and the formula is just vocabulary for I wrote it my own self. All right, go forth, make good life choices about absolute versus relative, and use your extend handle wisely.